Hey, it's Kenny. Welcome to episode number 3. For this one, I'm hanging out with Benjamin Gonzalez of Monarcas Academy, and we're going to discuss about his impact on local youth through his soccer organization. Stay tuned. This is part 2. Actually, we already did this episode, but I have to redo it because it's my fault. And I am a beginner at doing podcasting, so here we go.
Sure.
So Ben, so how's your week been going?
It's good so far. Yeah, it has been pretty busy, but yeah, I'm doing good. Thank you. How about yours?
Not bad. Just being mad at myself for messing up. But
no worries.
So talk about your organization, Monarcas. Kind of what is it all about?
So we're a nonprofit youth soccer program that has our main focus is to use soccer as a vehicle to allow players to move on and go to college using soccer, to get both athletic and academic scholarships. So we combined we have a combined emphasis with our members of our program, and we combined the fact that we provide them with excellent training for soccer, athletic training, and then we also work with them on helping them with their academics as well.
Mm-hmm. So what motivated you to start this program?
Many years ago, it feels like many years ago, but it was actually in the early 2000s, as I was simply a local backyard coach at one of the local rec leagues, and my own boys were pretty young at the time. I realized that there was an opportunity for players around the country to move on to college and get scholarship money and play at the college level. And I thought, whoa, that would be something that I would love, not just for my kids, but for the other young men that I was coaching at the time. But then at the same time, I realized that here in our area, there were no programs that provided those opportunities. And I either had to create one from scratch or, basically take my own boys and commute to the Bay Area or the Sacramento area. So I decided to, go through the process of creating our organization and the nonprofit and all of that, which was, not easy, but got it done. And then that's how our program really started. And then it's grown from just a couple of teams back then to now we serve hundreds of families. And every year we have a graduating class, meaning a group of seniors in high school that we graduate every year. And, every year we put at least a dozen players into, some of the college programs around the West Coast. Some stay here in the area in Northern California. Others choose to go out of state. So
it's your organization's pretty big, because a few weeks ago I went to one of the tournaments in Manteca and Ripon and just couldn't believe how big it was. And so when you first started, did you ever imagine it would grow to be the size it is now?
No, definitely not. The tournament that you went to, the teams that you saw were that tournament is our biggest fundraiser of the year. And we actually, at that event, we had nearly 300 teams, which is about 6,000 players. But many of those were not our teams. They were teams that attend our event, and we were hosting them. But among the crowd that you saw out there, there were college coaches out there scouting for players, and so it's really neat because you have players that are actually scouted at our event by college coaches that come out. They know the size and magnitude and the quality of our event, and they know that many of the top players on the West Coast are going to be there that weekend. So they plan to come out and do some scouting at our event, which is really cool.
Wow. So what about your success stories? And you have any specific stories that stand out to you?
Yes. We had, as I mentioned, every year we send, at least a dozen players to go play in college with academic and athletic scholarships, which is a huge accomplishment. Really no one else here in our in San Joaquin County is doing something like that. But one of our biggest success stories was a couple years ago. We had a young man from Lodi that was playing with us, that played with us for many years, move on to go play at Harvard University. He got almost a full ride, a combination of athletic and academic scholarships. And that was pretty amazing, to see one of our local kids go and not just go to Harvard, but go play soccer, at one of those Ivy League programs. Wow. That was really great. And then just a couple of weeks ago, we had another young man that graduated from our program last year and went on to play and attend college at Notre Dame de Namur in the Bay Area. We actually, he just transferred out to Stan State for his second year of college, and he's playing over there with the Stan State men's soccer team. Wow. But we were able to hand him the keys to almost a brand new car as a gift to help him get through the rest of his college program. It was a 2016 Hyundai Elantra with only 5,000 miles on it. And we did that. We actually hooked up with what's called with a national organization that works with nonprofits like us, and they actually donated the vehicle so that this young man could receive this gift. And we chose him because he was a standout athlete when he was with our club. Also, he was a 4.0 plus student throughout high school and his first year of college. Outstanding citizenship, just an all-around amazing young man. So he was well deserving of that gift, and it's something that is definitely going to change his life because he was kind of struggling to get around, and his parents couldn't afford to buy him a car, and so that vehicle was just the perfect thing for him.
What was the reaction? What was his reaction to receiving this car?
Oh, he was thrilled, no doubt. I mean, he was so happy, and we even included some school supplies that were in the trunk of the vehicle as a surprise. When he popped the trunk, there was a bunch of school supplies back there that were donated by an insurance company, and then Fabian's Collision Center here in Stockton donated some of the work. The car needed a little bit of work, some cosmetic stuff, but they were kind enough to get it fixed and make it look like brand new, and so that was really cool.
Well, that's great. That's that is a great story. But so what's the it's a good program now. So what are your future plans for Monarcas?
We hope to continue to have these graduating classes every year and continue to place players in college. We're really happy with where we're at this point between the number of graduates every year, as well as the popularity of our events. And so, we're not looking to really grow in a sense, because growth is kind of hard to manage at times. So we want to just maintain the level of success that we're experiencing right now, because you can bite off more than you can chew. So we definitely want to make sure that we somehow are able to maintain and what we have going on, and if there's room for growth in the future, then we'll certainly do that. But at this point, we're looking to just keep a steady pace in a sense, which I think it's worked so far for us. There's other organizations that have tried to grow too fast, and it doesn't work. They stretch themselves out too thin, and don't provide the attention that the players and families need. And so we definitely don't want to do that.
Now, is this organization just in the Stockton, San Joaquin area, or how does one join? Yeah,
so we're based out of Stockton, but we have players in our program that are from all over the San Joaquin Valley. From as far as Modesto, Lodi. We've even had players come here from Turlock, from El Grove, from Tracy, Manteca. But I think looking at the numbers, probably the majority of them are from the Stockton area.
Okay. Now it's a co-ed program too?
Yes.
Okay. So boys and girls can join. And so how does, if you're a parent or, a student wanting to join, how do you find Monarcas?
Yeah, you can visit our website at www.monarcasacademy.com, or reach us by email at monarcas@monarcasacademy.com. And you can find our contact information there and inquire about a spot on one of our teams for a player. And we're pretty responsive in terms of getting back to people quickly and answering their questions.
And how does it make you feel too to make such a positive impact, especially in Stockton? We hear in the news, all the bad news, but it's good to hear some positive. How does that make you feel to see that you're making a direct impact on these kids' lives?
It's beyond words at times. It's definitely very rewarding, and we know that this is something that our community needs, and it's motivation for me personally to continue to do whatever I can to keep the program going. And we have a staff that we brought on board. This is not a one-man show. We have staff that keeps it all going, and everyone is on the same page and extremely motivated to ensure the continued success of the program and of its members as well. So, but yeah, it's definitely something that we're very proud of and very excited.
Yeah, that's great, and it's good to hear this, and stories like this need to be shared. It's one of the reasons why I started this podcast is because throughout my travels or my careers, I think we met through the nonprofit Cafe Coop, and just seeing so much positive out there. These stories need to be told, and I'm glad I got to share your story and keep up the great work, and keep on and impacting the lives of our youth here in the San Joaquin, Northern California area. So I appreciate Ben for joining for this third episode.
You're welcome, and thank you for your continued support of our program as well. You've been very supportive for many years, and I appreciate that, Kenny.
Yeah, no problem. All right, Ben, take care.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Take care.
All right, bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Hey, I'd like to thank Ben again for joining me on episode number 3. Like I said before, I started this podcast to tell the stories of the many people I've met through my travels and careers, and tell their stories of impact they've had in other people's lives. And again, we always hear in the news and media about all the negativity and violence and chaos out there, and just people doing harm to others. But what I've seen, and especially through traveling, meeting other people, is there's a lot more good going out there. And I think these stories need to be shared so they can have an impact on other people. And just, I would like to have other people experience these stories that I've gotten to experience. So continuing to work on more episodes. But until then, take care.